Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. To all those people who have subscribed for it, thank you very much. And to all those who are visiting me for the first time, please do subscribe. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you about today is smiles. I have been getting a lot of questions about what kind of smile, how long do I smile, uh, where do I look and smile, and so many questions. So I thought I'll make this special video only on smiles, the pageant smiles. Okay. And we all know that pageants are all about smiles. You cannot be on stage with a sad face, a nervous face, an anxious face, and something which would put people off. A queen, a beauty queen is all about smiles. So it's important that you understand what kind of smiles and also how to develop the habit of smiling. So coming to that, the first and foremost thing I would want to talk about is that smile is the most powerful conversation you will have with people. It's a non-verbal communication. Without speaking, you are speaking to your judges, to your audience, because you only get an opportunity to talk to the judges from stage. But how about audience? They also want to feel that you spoke to them. So smile is kind of a language you use, an invisible language, to have a conversation with the audience and the judges, and not only that, even to the photographers who are around there clicking your pictures. So you have to smile for a lot of people on stage, and don't just think that people who are sitting in the center of the auditorium will be able to see you. People on the sides, people who are sitting in the balcony, everybody should feel your smile. So one big mistake a lot of girls do is that they when they come out of the wings, they come out with a very normal expression, and as soon as they on the center of the stage, then they open for a big smile. So they come like this, and suddenly center of the stage. It's not going to work like that. So you have to have a smile on your face the moment you come out of the wings and make an eye contact with people, because maybe the center auditorium may not be able to see you, but people on the sides are standing there. There could be sponsors, there could be ushers, there could be so many people standing on the sides, and they would be able to see what kind of a smile you have. So very, very important that you smile right from that time. So why smile? I would say 3 E's you have to remember. The 3 E's is what they are looking for. So they want a contestant to be energetic. That means she's full of energy and she's out there in the moment. So they want somebody who's E for energetic. They want another E that is enthusiastic and is loving being there. And third is somebody who's very engaging. That means she's involving everyone. And what better way, I said, to involve everyone than to smile? Just experiment this and see. You go to a party and you don't know a single person there. Just get inside the door and throw a big smile at the people. You would be surprised, at least 7-8 people who are looking towards the door and towards you would smile back. So that's the power of smile. So there are the 3 E's of smile they are looking at, that you have to be enthusiastic, you have to be engaging, and you also have to be very energetic, and that will only come out with your smile. Then as I said, it's an invisible conversation which makes you feel that you are present and you're happy being there. It's not that you are thinking about your mistakes and in the past, that I don't want to repeat those mistakes now. So you are somewhere in the past, or you are somewhere in the future thinking, how will I wear that crown? So you have to be present, and if you are in the present, you are in the moment, and you're mindful how your body is behaving at that moment. So you have to be present, and then you have to look happy. You don't have to show that scared, that nervousness on your face. So that's why it's very essential. So only thing is that you cannot have that one plastic smile on your face throughout. I mean, what is that? See, when you're learning how to smile, you can train your muscle memory for a smile, but that smile will be a plastic smile. what you have to do, you have to consciously learn different kind of expressions you can put with your smile. See, you can train your muscle memory, but you cannot be like a robot. So you have to make an effort to have variations in your smile as you walk, big, small, medium. Okay, so you have to have variations. So don't be afraid being on the stage to maybe raise an eyebrow or maybe give a little throttled smile. So let it be, just be out there with your smile, and always remember to have the corners of your lips up throughout, and you don't know how long you'll have to be on the stage. So that is very important, that you keep that smile on your face maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. And if you have not trained yourself for it, what will happen after some time? Your lips will get tired and they will start shaking like that. And that happens when you have not practiced your smile. So it's very, very important that you practice your smile. And how do you do it? Not only practicing in front of mirror, but learn to smile to everyone. The moment you get up in the morning, smile at your mom, dad, smile at your servant, smile at the shopkeeper, smile at your neighbors, and just smile. And eventually it will become a part of your persona. And they say that when you smile, the happy hormones are also released and you actually feel happy. A lot of people, a lot of psychologists tell you that put a pencil there and then pull your lips and just push yourself to smile, and you will see that the way you smile, it will bring some changes in your system, and you will actually feel a little happy. So it's important that you practice and just play around with your facial expressions. You cannot just simply have same expression throughout. And worst is when you're looking at the judges, no blinking of an eye, no expressions on the eye, no expression on faces. Just imagine how creepy it will look like if you be like that. So nobody wants a robot. People want human being to be there, and human being will absolutely give a wonderful smile. So we call it a smile vocabulary. You have to actually develop a smile vocabulary, and you can have different kinds of smiles, and let me tell you, when you smile genuinely, what happens is, when you smile genuinely, you will see wrinkles around your eyes, and that is what is called a real smile. Anybody who smiles from the heart will get those wrinkles out here. But when you smile fake, there are no wrinkles out there. And the worst is, when you're faking your smile is more towards the left hand side. If you see, the angle is more towards left hand side, and anyone can make out that it's a fake smile. So again, there is everybody's face is different. For some people, the genuine smile actually doesn't look good. The fake smile looks good. And for some people, a fake smile looks horrible, the genuine smile looks good. So how do you know which is the smile which will look good on your face? Because the smile which feels nice may not look nice. So what you will have to do is that video record your smile, or you can just look into the mirror and learn to practice your smile, or you take feedback from someone which smile looks better. Okay, because as I said, every face is different, and so the smiles will differ from person to person. So because as I said, there are three main people: your jury, your audience, your photographers, for whom you will be specifically smiling. And also remember, when you're entering you started with a smile, keep that smile on your face throughout when you are on the stage. One big mistake girls do is, they come in front when they are right at the head ramp, and they have this big smile, and they are looking at everyone, and now they're turning. So what did you do? The moment you turn, You said up kaun dekh raha hai, so you stop smiling, and the moment you turn to the audience, people can see. Don't do that. So keep that smile on your face throughout, and even when you're going back, you think that no one is looking, but there can be cameras everywhere. And again, as you turn in center stage, again you will have no smile to smile. You know, it's like switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on. Wrong. So your smile has to be on your face throughout, throughout, throughout. Remember that. So um, as I said, that there are basically 3-4 different kinds of smiles when you're on stage. One could be a very simple one. Then it could be an upper smile where you're showing your upper teeth. And then we call it a toothy smile, toothy grin. Just show that you are there, and most of the time that big smile is what matters. But of course, we can't expect you to keep that big smile for 3 hours, so you can keep shifting. But remember to keep those corners up most of the time. So film yourself and see what's good for your face, as I said, or take feedback from people. And sometimes when you are on the stage, you hold the smile for a very long time. So a lot of people shift the smile from the eyes to below the nose. So you don't see this. It just, eyes are normal, because your face gets tired. But this all will come with practice, and you have to practice. It's very, very important. So okay, so now a lot of people have asked, what should I do to get that smile on my face? Now there's nothing much you can do. The only thing you can do it, that think of those happy times, or some joke, or some person who made you laugh, and carry that memory into the present. So think of an incident where you laughed heartedly, somebody cracked a joke, you were with your friends, some incidents with family where you really laughed aloud. So think of those moments, and the moment you will think about it, you will get that smile on your face. And that's how you have to feel that moment which had got that smile on your face. And nobody would know that what you are thinking. It could be anything you are thinking. Okay, so nobody knows what you're thinking, but what they're looking at is the smile. So as I said, practice in front of mirror, record yourself, and then as I said, you need to practice not only for yourself, but you can even practice with people. And if you're very embarrassed, then practice smiling in your shower. When you are in the shower, give yourself a good smile and keep looking at your mirror. Make different faces. Nobody is watching. You are on your own, and you will be able to experiment and get that perfect smile which you want to. So the more you work, the more you work in the gym on a muscle, the more stronger it becomes. Similarly, the more you work on your smile muscle, the more stronger it will be, and the more you will be able to hold it on stage. Because if you don't practice, it will be a weak muscle, and as I said, it will start twitching after sometimes. You must have seen, if you have been a bride, that you have to smile for 3 hours of reception, and by the end of it, your whole mouth is really painful. So that won't happen if you practice that. Okay, so because not only for those 2-3 hours you'll have to smile, but maybe just before the finale of 3 hours you have a 3 hours of rehearsal, so 6 hours in total. How would you sustain that? You have to have the strength. Okay, so what I was trying to say, the next thing is that to have a good smile, you must also have perfect teeth. Now for perfect teeth, the first thing is that you should have white teeth. They shouldn't be yellow. And what happens is, normally it's our own mistake that they turn yellow. It's because maybe we have too much of tea, we have too much of coffee. So if you think that you are doing that, and you've just got your teeth whitened, which is not very expensive nowadays, any dentist will do it for you at a very good price. you can just get it cleaned. Your teeth can be, so that that yellowness goes. And then maybe you can start using maybe a straw instead of drinking directly from the cup, so that you don't spoil your teeth. The second thing can be that, you know, sometimes your lips themselves are discolored, because of which your teeth don't look right. So maybe there is a lot of dead skin on your lips. So what you need to do is to exfoliate your lips, exfoliate them. So you don't have to go out, just simply take some sugar, add little honey to it, make a nice paste, and then just nicely give a nice scrub on your lips. That is one thing you can do. And if you don't like that taste, the next thing you can do is maybe put a lip balm, a thick layer of lip balm, and take an old toothbrush or your mascara wand, an old one, and then slowly just rub your lips, and all the dead skin will come out. Another thing to have absolutely white looking teeth, other than going for your treatment, could be that just put concealer around your lips before you put on your lipstick, because even on the lips put concealer, because that will give an undertone which will actually make your teeth look more brighter. Another trick is that pick up lipsticks which have the cool undertone. Pick up your color, whatever is your color, but with a cool undertone, because lipsticks with warm undertone makes your makes your teeth look yellow, but with the blue undertone your your teeth look much brighter and nicer, and they come out very well in pictures. Another thing you can do is maybe highlight your cupid bow out here. You can put some highlighter out there, so when that glitters, you know, it reflects on your teeth. So now a lot of people ask about the how do you know, when you are having a perfect smile, and for a model or something, what do doctors say, what do these guys who actually smile designers say? They say that this center of your lips, you know, this cupid from where it turns like an M, the center part of this, God, I'm looking in the thing, yeah, this part should be in a straight line with the upper teeth. You know, mine is also teda. So the center line of your upper teeth should be matching this curve. So this curve of your lips should be absolutely in alignment to the teeth center out there. So this line and this line, the center line has to be in a straight line. So whole thing has to be in a straight line, and that is what these smile designers do. So maybe you don't want to go to them, maybe you want to actually balance your smile your own way. So for that, what you can do, put two thumbs under your chin and put a finger here and stretch, you know, and find the place like this. Move around and find the center of your cupid, the center of your upper teeth, and the center of your lower teeth, and the center of your bottom teeth, and align them together. So when you do this, do it for maybe half a minute, and then release one finger, release one finger, and when it is aligned, release another, and keep it there for some time, so that this muscle starts picking up that memory. And eventually, if you practice every day, you will find that the cupid, your center line up and center line down, everything gets aligned, and that's a perfect smile we are looking for. Because most of the time when we smile, the cupid goes somewhere and your teeth are somewhere, so it is not a balanced smile. So to have a balanced smile, you can try this exercise by aligning your lips together, so that you get this centering of your lips. So have variations in your smile, you know, small to big to large, and maybe from large to small, then small to large. So have variations, have a great eye contact, because smile and eye contact together connect people. So with the audience, with the jury, with the anybody and everybody out there. So work on practicing your expressions. And many a times, photographers are so close to the stage that when you're smiling at them, it appears that your eyes are closed. So if you know that the photographer is there, just don't look down at them, just look beyond them. So when you look beyond them, your eyes look big. But if you look directly at them down there, then it appears that your eyes are closed and your pictures will not come out nicely. So 1, learn to smile, have expressions on your face, don't be like a robot, don't have the same expression throughout. Smiling is a must. So you practice on different expressions, different smiles, record yourself, take feedback from people, click a lot of selfies and see what works nice on you, and then start practicing that smile at each and every person you see. Small, big, large, small, big, large, small, big, large. And to have that, just whiten up your teeth so that your teeth also look beautiful. Look after your lips, as I said, the right colors. Use the tricks of highlighting your cupids, and also do the practice of aligning your cupid, your upper center line of the upper 2 teeth and the lower ones in a straight line with different exercises. Keep practicing, and there you have a beautiful smile. So any question, you can always put them in the comment box down there and I'll try my best to answer. Just practice them and win their hearts with that 100-watt smile. All the best, and I will see you very soon with my next video. Till then, take care.